Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, coming at your Great League team featuring Shadow, Abomasnow, Trevenant, and Lanturn. And I use this so you're going to get like 10 teams from Go Battle Day, because I've used like 10 teams over the 200 battle. I did all 200. And this one was built around Abomasnow because it is a core breaker for Noctowl, Lanturn, right? It's Fighter, Flyer, and Steel. And then so Lanturn doesn't fit in those three, but it is the best answer to Noctowl. So this breaks the core of Lanturn and Noctowl. Super weak to Fighter. So I paired it with a Trevenant and a Lanturn because Lanturn is just pretty solid overall in itself. So the back two also, because Abomasnow is going to be very weak to, like, won't have anything to throw against like a Registeel or Registeel mostly. So the back two kind of cover Registeel to a certain extent. So that's the team. Let's check out some battles here. Pelipper leads a tricky one. They go into Lanturn. What's happening here? What are they doing? What? So go back. I mean, I'm not gonna fault them because I was down like a bunch too. I come in here because I have two answers for Lanturn. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I think what happens is maybe this is a content creator's team or something, because I saw, and you're going to see it maybe on Wednesday, I had it, or maybe next week because I have a lot of teams. But one of the teams that one content creator put out was the Metachamp lead Noctowl Charizard lineup. And I ended up having a team that just countered it. So it was just funny to see like people try to like work it, even though they just had no answer for it, and you can just see the frustration. Anyways, how was your Go Battle Day? Anyway, this team, before I start going on to a tangent here, pros and cons of each Pokemon. Okay, so Abomasnow, Lanturn, Noctowl, Trevenant. You can do okay against Sableye. Azumarill, I saw a couple more Azumarils on one of my teams, so that's coming. Lots of strong play. The problem with it is, I mean, fighters in general, but Metachamp is just going to like light you up. Flyers in general, even though you can hit for super effective, like they still get super effective with the wing attacks. There's not a lot of fires. Not a lot of fires. Get hit with a hurricane. That's fine. Now I have Thunderbolt for the win. Not a lot of fires, so you don't need to worry about that, except for Charizard, which has a wing attack and a fire. I'm staying in here though, because why are these people trying to catch on Lanturn? Stop trying to catch on Lanturn against Abomasnow. Although I think this is one where they go double surf or single surf. Like, a surf does a lot to a Shadow Abomasnow. Let's just see how much this does right here. Okay, not too much. Maybe it's like a Thunderbolt does like 50%. So those are the pros and cons of Abomasnow. Trevenant. So Metachamps are everywhere, so it's a great answer for that. Lanturns are everywhere. It's a great answer for that. Steels are everywhere. It's a pretty good answer for those two. So Trevenant is still a beast. It's always been a beast, right? It's been a top 5 Pokemon for a long time. Not a long time, but like a few seasons now. The reason that it's fallen off is because if you get Noctowl out there, you have nowhere to go. And they just full farm down and you lose. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's why I kind of paired. That's why you have to pair. If you're going to run Trevenant, you need 2 Noctowl answers on the team. Hence, Lanturn and Abomasnow. Or else you're just going to lose. So that's why Trevenant's strong. Just keep away from normal typings in general. And the darks, like Sableye has a pretty easy-ish matchup. Lanturn is like the trifecta. Why it's like a core breaker is it kind of deals with all 3 of those things that are running around in Great League right now, right? So Flyers is obvious, right? You're electric. Okay, don't need to explain that one. Fighters is an interesting one, because when I say fighters, I saw a couple Surfetch and stuff, but for the most part, 95% of the fighters are Metachamp. And I play that matchup straight up. 1 Psychic does not take you out. It takes 2 Thunderbolts to take them out, and you're just going to do you outpace? It's pretty close. I'm pretty sure I've outpaced both times in that matchup. So, great against Metachamp. Flyers you can take care of. steals. Like, it takes 2 Zap Cannons to take you out from a Reggie. It takes Earthquake plus a Rock Size. The Glaring Stunfisk is a little trickier because like it takes like 2+ Surfs to take it out, and it only takes 1 Earthquake plus a little bit more to take you out. So that's a little tougher matchup, but at least you can hang in there, right? So it's one of those like why it's on everyone's team unless you see a grass type over one here, which this is not looking good. Can I get off I should be able to get off a shield and get off a Thunderbolt. Yeah, actually I probably will be able to take this out. Yeah, I'm almost positive this will take it out because Shadow Vic is very glassy. Yeah, there we go. So that's why I use that. Week to ground, week to... Oh, they got clearly delayed there. Go Battle Day was definitely... The whole weekend was filled with... The lag wasn't unbearable, but I definitely had a bunch of frame drops at minimum on a few of these games. So, but like, considering everyone was playing, it wasn't like outrageous. So that's Lanturn. If you're going to use Lanturn, I usually have at least 1 Trevenant cover because you have nothing to throw at Trevenant, which is why I have my own Trevenant and Abomasnow. Galarian Stunfisk is a little tricky, but you can kind of stay in, which again, that's why I have another Steel cover in Trevenant there. Frostlass, yeah, Frostlass. No, Frostlass, the Shadow Claw would be super effective against it, so I think you're okay there. Just go probably C-Bomb. So yeah, that's team. Depends what you're seeing in your ELO range. For me, I would say, oh god, 80 out of the 200 battles, I would say minimum 80%, which is like 160 of the battles, had either a Lanturn, Noctowl, Medicham, or Galarian Stunfisk on it. Guaranteed. Probably higher than 160 out of 200. They were just, those 4 were everywhere, and yeah, so those 4 were everywhere. You just got to build for them, right? And unfortunately, that's the state of Great League right now. I need to switch out of here way faster into my Lanturn here in this matchup. Way faster. So that's unfortunately the state of Great League. You're going to see a couple teams had Lanturn on. A couple of my teams had Lanturn on it. I don't think I used Galarian Stunfisk. Oh, yes, I did. Have a double Steel team coming up. I definitely used Galarian Stunfisk. Have a double Steel team coming up. I don't think I used Noctowl. I used my best team. It was a lot of these teams. So I'm going to say this right now. A lot of these. So I dropped a bunch of ELO. Like I was down to like 2,600. Built back up with all these teams you're going to see to 2805, and then I dropped another 100 ELO. And it's one of these things where a lot of these teams, it's like it worked until it didn't, right? It wasn't like my Master League team where it was just like 550 ELO in 4 days sort of thing where you just dominated with it. This was more of like it worked and then it didn't work. It worked and then it didn't work. That's a lot of these teams, right? And unfortunately, that's the state of Great League right now when you have like 5 Pokemon dominating. Like, you build for them. Order sometimes matters. Order does matter in these things, right? Like, you want your Lanturn on Noctowl. You don't want your Lanturn on Galarian Stunfisk to a certain extent. So it's a lot of hit and miss with this Great League right now. So I will have... I'm trying to think of what... I just shot the other one the other day, which was the Crest team. Although I have a second Crest. I got a team Bulk coming. Yeah, so I got a double Steel team coming. I got a team Bulk coming. Is team Bulk with the Azumarill? I forget one with the Azumarill. My one team that dominated had Pelipper and Lanturn on it. I think I had another team in there. So you're going to see a lot of these teams come over the next week. So this one's going up for double dose today on Monday. You will have probably 2 more Tuesday, Wednesday, likely. And Thursday, I know there's a league turnover, but Great League is on for 3 weeks. So I'm fine with that. And then Weather Cup, Great League. Yeah, so Weather Cup, Great League. And if I remember, this is probably only 2 or 3 typings here. Weather Cup. Oh yeah. Fire, water, ice, and rock, aka Swampert plus here. I go over this every time, right? Ice, water does fine against ice, water super effective against rock, water super effective against fire, and you're neutral. You have an earthquake for the other waters, right? It is if I remember, it's a Swampert plus league, or you go Swampert hunting with, I don't know, ice type Pokemon, Walrein, Dugong, Lapras, right? Those other Pokemon that you can kind of just like, you don't wall Swampert because they can still get off earthquakes, but you can stay into it to a certain extent. Anyways, those teams will come Thursday, and then I'll do a combo of that league and Great League the following week. So that is it. Appreciate the thumbs up and comments. Let me know if you had any super success in Great League with any teams, because it's still early. We can try them out now. And that is it. So appreciate watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.